My name is Musa and I'm from Compat, College of Computing, Art and Technology. The last time we talked about viruses, or the last time we met, we talked about malwares. And then we talked about the different kinds of malwares that always affect our computers, most especially in my region or my environment. And that's the area I operate from. So amongst them, we mentioned browser predator, then we mentioned ground, we talked about avast service. When you open inside here, you see something like this. Then we also talked about svcnost, and svcnost is hiding a folder hiding svcnost and then explorers or explorer. Then also we talked about syswin. We talked about ground also, as I said initially. So those are some of the malicious softwares that affect computers from where I operate, or from the environment I operate from. These are the ones that I usually see. These are the guests that I usually meet on people's computers. And we said the newly common one is system, and svcnost as another one, and avast. This is very common also. So today we are going to look at each of these specifically, or independent from the other. And our first problem that we are going to look at is svcnost. So when we talked about svcnost, we told you it's a very big problem that is goes on creating folders on your computer, and the folders it creates are two. But first of all, it comes with these processes. It comes with svcnost, and then the other one is explorer. So these are processes that have names that look like those of the normal processes that are run by the system, and one of them is svchost. So when I look at here and I go to more details, I will come here and see I have a service host. So this is a service host application that's running on our system. So when I right click and I say properties, this one is showing me it is service host or svc host, and this has an H. It has an H, but the virus or the problem, the malware, is having an N. So it is mimicking the normal process on your computer and confusing you by giving you a fake name. So that is svchost. Then 2 is explorer. So explorer is yet another problem that it comes with. And when you look at here in your normal processes that are running on your computer, you will find that we have what we call Windows Explorer. So this is the process that is responsible for the GUI or the GUI. That's the graphical user interface. So a graphical user interface is being run by Explorer process. So what they do, they also make another mimic of that process as well. So these two processes are always hiding under these folders. svcnost is always hiding under the svcnost folder, and then explorer is always hiding under the system volume information folder. Let's have a look at that. So when I look at here, let me zoom in. So when I zoom in here under my captured screen, I will see this is svcnost. So it is not host, it is nost, and it is hiding under C, svcnost, JNT, sonage, and then svcnost. So that's where it's hiding. This one is always it keeps on varying. The location keeps on varying. So this evil application keeps on creating these problems everywhere. It can today create on C, then tomorrow it can be on D, then it can be on F, it can be on G, or any other drive. But this is what it creates. This trend keeps on being the same. The path it creates there is svcnost, JNT, sonage, and svcnost. So these are the directories and subdirectories under its path. So let us go ahead and look at something else. So when you look at here, this is on C, and on C you have svcnost. That's where it created it. Then when you go ahead and go and check in our registry, we shall as well see where the explorer sits. So this is C, where svcnost sits under sonage. Sephora, JNT, and then Sonage. Then Explorer that comes that is a brother to svcnost is always sitting in C, System Volume Information, JNT, and Vesu. Also note it that this System Volume Information folder is always a folder that is generated by a system, and the normal one does not bear the underscores. The normal one doesn't bear the underscores. The normal one has only spaces, but the fake one has these underscores. So you must be keen when it comes to that also. And that is what svcnost creates. So those are the processes that are running, and then the folders that those processes are hiding. And when we look at here, we have the symptoms, and those symptoms, under them we have the Amharic / Ethiopia or Eritrean language browser launch. So the moment you open up your computer, that stubborn guy launches an application, and that application is the browser. And once it launches that browser, you'll be seeing all here the content stories in maroon color, and the content that is being displayed here is always in Ethiopian or Amharic language or Eritrean language. So it automatically launches that problem or launches that browser. You must be keen on that also. So then what it does also, it creates folder like application on all drives. Let me show you. We have a normal folder. We have what we call a normal folder that looks like this, and when you look at the file type, it's always telling you it's a file folder under this column of the type. Then the other one, which is fake, will show you it's an application. Let me show you here. Okay, you're seeing here. So this folder is always slim in size. It's smaller than these ones, but it's a problem. It's an application. And when you go back here, let me go back here and show you. So when you look at here, this is the same folder, 2021 movies. So it's a replica of an already existing folder, which is the 2021 movies, but this one is a problem. And when you look at the type, it's an application. Size, you can see that they always have the same sizes. Once you find this, then you will find, you will check on the size, and you see there will be as many as possible sometimes on your drives, and they will have the same size. So this is an application also. So once you find a folder named files, a folder is always named files like this, but when you point at it, it's telling you it's an application, then you know that is a virus. Then 3, we're going to look at another one. Let me see, we're under images. Okay, so when you look at this also here, and when I right click on that, don't run it, but when you right click on it, it has this as one of the actions that you can do with it. So you can run it. And folders, whenever you right click on a folder, it will not bring you this. It cannot bring you to run as, because we don't run folders, we only open them, rename, open, copy, delete, but they don't show run. We only run or execute applications. So once you right click on it and then it tells you run as administrator, then you get to know that one is an evil. It's a problem. Let me show you how normal folders behave. When I right click on one here and I say right click, you cannot see run as administrator here. So that is what it does.